This is Spice FM, still live streaming on the homepage, standardmedia.co.ke. I am Olivia Otieno. This is Double O Director Dr. Esther Gathura, plastic surgeon, trained in the UK for 20 years. She got full marks at Alliance Girls, full marks at her British boarding school in Bath. She did all 4 sciences, bio, chem, physics, math. Should have done history, but she was like, why? 20 years post-high school education so that you don't end up with quacks. Quacks are the problem. Quacks are what are killing Kenyans and lots of other people with regards to cosmetic surgery, because people think that because someone has put a title or they have a fancy office, in fact, sometimes watch where this person is meeting you. Make sure, as Dr. says, they are affiliated with a reputable hospital. Right? We have 2 or 3 in the country, maybe 4. Make sure they are affiliated. Do your due diligence. Google them ad nauseum.
Yeah.
Google. Go to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sources. Observe if they did a Kenyan butt lift on someone after miaka is a year, right? Miaka imepita. Are they still firm and perky and as they should be? Or gravity and whatnot take over. Inspect the silicone source, right? Do your due diligence. Government has to worry about paying civil servants and hunger and drought and all kinds of other things. So they're not going to help you on that. You want to look good, want to feel fresh. Would you take out a rib so we can get a smaller waist? Are we going there?
Definitely. There are people who do that.
Yeah.
There are surgeons who do that.
Yeah.
Mainly in America, we see it. Technically, it's doable. Technically, we sometimes have to take out a rib to reconstruct another part of the body if we need the bone or the structure.
Okay.
So that's where they come from.
Yeah.
Right? And we have some spare ribs.
We have some spare ribs.
We have some spare ribs that don't contribute to the whole structure. Ribs help with the mechanism for breathing. So we think there's some. Well, we think there's some we can do without, but there are significant health risks with doing that. Right. So I personally would not do it for someone for cosmetic reasons.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I like that. Your ethics. Hip dip has come up quite a lot in my circle of friends. Do you know what a hip dip is?
No.
Okay, so usually the hips give you a nice figure 8, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mumbi, for focusing on my arms, right? But sometimes you get women who don't have this. They have a bit of
I
that.
get you.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is concave, convex, you must know. So instead of being concave, it's a bit convex.
Yeah.
My physics teacher would be so happy.
Yeah.
What can be done about that?
So that one comes under what I'd called the body contouring. So where you basically, body contouring is you take fat from where you don't want it and put it where you want it. So that's doable
and easily done.
Easily done. It's not difficult. The reason I said I said before, you can't control where the fat is, how it will settle in. So you might need to tweak it a little bit to make it even and symmetrical, but it is doable. And it's relatively safe and
recovery times. Give me a couple of procedures and then give me the recovery times for those procedures.
So what people don't get are not very aware about is recovery time is not just that umetoka theater, you go home straight. You're going to be told, let's say for the body contouring procedures, don't lie on your back, don't sit down. So and don't sit down for a few weeks. So you have to be aware about that.
So don't lie on your back and don't sit down.
Yeah.
So I would have to do my show standing.
No, you can. Oh, you can't.
I would lie on. Why can't I do my show?
You're not going to be sat down. So
I can stand. I can do it standing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So take that into consideration. So don't just ask the surgeon, so that day I come in, I can go home. No. You know. And most people who know what they're doing, they'll give you that side of things.
How many days in hospital before you're discharged?
So again, it really depends. So most procedures, I think most cosmetic procedures, you can safely say you go home on the same day.
Okay.
Things like extreme things like a
tummy tuck,
facelift, or rhinoplasty could be a day or 2 in hospital. Tummy tuck, you can go home.
The same day?
You can go home the same day. You'll be in a lot of pain. That's the other thing about getting people to do it if they're not qualified. You don't just need me as a surgeon. You'll need an anesthetist, the person who puts you to sleep. They also take care of your pain.
Okay.
So I've seen instances, because I tend to want to know about what's going on and stuff. So what I know is people get it done and then you're in horrible pain after. You're being told to go home. You're like, how? So if you're in a hospital, I might tell you, yes, you can go home, but you're in too much pain. Then we give you strong pain meds. We say stay for a night or so, and then
Which is the most painful? No, seriously, is it like that?
Pain is very subjective.
True,
right?
true.
Pain is extremely subjective.
Yes.
Most procedures are not that painful. I think as most of us have gone through having childbirth, I think it still stands as one of the most painful things. So most women are like, but it can be really bad immediately after surgery, and the pain needs to be controlled well. There are some people who tell you don't need to be put under. I can do lots of local anesthetic, and then you just end up in a lot of trouble because you'll be in significant pain. So if they're doing a simple procedure,
and that's because of cost. A lot of people will say we won't. Yeah, it's the cost. So once again, plastic surgery is not the place to cut costs. If you need to try and cut costs with plastic surgery, usifanye, right? Ikae, right?
Exactly.
Reconstructive surgery is different. Something that affects your mobility, your quality of life, fine. But cosmetic surgery, if it's not
if you're not doing it well, if you're not going to do it by someone who's very well qualified in a very safe space, think twice. It's not the place to go for a discount and go for a major discount, be like, oh yeah, don't put me to sleep. Okay,
Didunge tu itakuwa sawa. No, itakuwa sawa.
But I have to add, I don't want the message to go across that we know Kenya is full of quacks and I'm the best surgeon. No, there are people. I do have colleagues. There are people who know what they're doing.
Shout out to everybody at Aga Khan, obviously.
No, I have to put it out there.
Otherwise, I never let you back in the break room. In that break room, I see that doctor's break room. You'd be like,
No. I work with a colleague called Dr. Boka. He's very qualified. There are other private surgeons who come and bring patients there. Professor Hainga, Dr. Githai. So there are, and lots of others. So there are people who are qualified. So don't take it from me that, yes, you have that
Plastic Surgeons Association of Kenya. So there are people. You can go on and you can see these people and you can get referrals. So don't just go to one person and convince. Go to 2-3 people. And so you can also identify, is this person legit? Has this person ever met or heard of this other person? What is their feedback? Because it's an industry. It's an industry. Okay. Final words?
Yes. Final words. So it's a full on topic we've gone through. Maybe something I'd like to tell you in terms of take home message is there is plastic surgery and there's cosmetic. Cosmetic is, for my practice, is maybe 1% right now. For most people on average is around 5% for people who are doing it a lot. What does that tell you? The vast majority is plastic surgery, reconstructive surgery. We need it in Kenya. There's lots of people suffering. There's burn care, there's road traffic accidents, there is
cancer,
disfigurement, cancer. So we need plastic surgeons. So don't look at us and be like, you're a plastic surgeon. You only want to, to do
Kenya butt lift.
Yeah, exactly. No, there's a lot more to it, and we are a growing society, and I hope I'm one of them. I am one of them, but I hope I'll help to get that, even give it more mileage. Let's have plastic surgeons in every county, for instance, not just in Nairobi, because we need it.